Welcome, Queen. Have you ever been in a conversation where you expressed something and the response was, "You're too sensitive"? And in an instance, the conversation shifted because you found yourself defending how you felt instead of addressing what you shared. If so, this is a minimization shift because it's invalidation disguised as feedback, because it's not feedback, because your experience gets reduced so the other person doesn't have to address it. And this moment can cause you to lose focus because now you can feel the need to explain why it matters, the pressure to show or defend that you are not actually being too sensitive, and the urge to soften what you've shared so that you can feel as though your point is heard. And yet, the moment that you do that, you have lost your position in the conversation because now the conversation is not about the matter that you were addressing. It is about your feelings. And yet, the moment that you do that, the conversation has already shifted and you've lost your position in that conversation. So we have to interrupt the pattern because the mistake is thinking that if I explain it better, they will understand it better. And that's not true. Because at that point, the conversation is no longer about the topic that you went to address or that you did address. The conversation at that point becomes about your feelings, your emotions, whether your reaction is valid. And that, Queen, is a losing position. So the strategy is not to defend your emotions, and the strategy is also not to defend your reaction. The strategy is to simply return to your point. By simply saying, I'm not addressing what I feel, I am addressing what happened. Translation: this is not about my feelings. This is about the facts of the situation at hand. And then go on and share your specific situation with them. And you can lead into your specific situation by saying, what I am addressing is, or what I'm speaking to is, or even what I am sharing is. And then say what that is. That's it. Because you don't need validation to continue the conversation. I'm going to say that again. You don't need validation to continue the conversation. You need direction. Because the moment you argue for your feelings, you've accepted the wrong conversation. This is why I teach the 4 conversations framework. Because if you misidentify the moment, you'll find yourself stuck trying to be understood when the reality is this conversation is not about your emotions. This conversation is about what you went to address with this person, the person. So you are repositioning the conversation back to focus back on the issue and not your emotion. And if you've ever had a conversation like this flip on you, meaning you went to address something and before you knew it, you found yourself addressing your feelings or your emotions about it, then my training is your next best step. When the conversation goes left, how to stay clear, calm, and in control even when emotions rise. Inside, I break down how to identify conversation shifts in real time, how to stay composed in a conversation, even if or when what you feel is being invalidated, and how to lead conversations without losing your position. The link is in the description and also pinned to the comment section for you to register now. Remember, you don't lose the conversation when someone disagrees with you. You lose the conversation when you start defending your right to feel. Your right to feel is non negotiable. You're human. And as a human, you do feel. As always, I'm CE Sam telling you that 24 hours doesn't seem long, but in 24 hours, you can change your life. So go ahead and do something life changing now.